Alright, so we're also going to have a quick look at, instead of using the recursive definition, how I can just use the general formula to get one particular value. So here I've got my formula. You'll notice very similar to compound interest. I start with my initial value of V0. I take it and I multiply it by that compounding factor, okay, the diminishing factor, n times. So if I want to get the value after n years, well, I'm going to multiply by that diminishing factor n times. Okay, so that's what the formula is all about. Really helpful to get a particular value versus just going from one year to the next. Okay. So here I've got a little example. So the depreciation of an iPhone is 21% per year. Okay, again, I haven't specified, which I should have. So this is going to be diminishing. Okay. The original cost was $975, and I'd like to find the book value after 4 years. Okay. So first we're going to do it using the formula, so just filling in the values there. Then we're going to do it using the finance solver, and then we're going to finally figure out, well, how much value did it actually lose over that time. Okay. So again, I'm a really big fan, whenever you're using a formula, writing out what the variables are and which ones you have. Okay. So Vn, well, that's the value in the future. That's what I'm looking for, so we don't know that. The initial value, V0, well, that was 975. The R is 21%, so that's just going to be 21. And again, it's per year. Depreciation is reevaluated yearly, so we are just looking yearly. We don't have to divide by 12 or anything like that. And I'm looking for after 4 years. That's going to be my N. So filling in my formula, V4 is equal to 975 times 1 minus 21 over 100 to the 4. Again, happy at that point to just say, well, that's 0.79, so you can actually just fill that in as 0.79 from the start. Or if you're uncomfortable working with fractions, again, happy to just put that whole thing right in the CAS as it is. So if I go to my calculator page, I can say, well, that's 975 times 1 minus 21 over 100 to the 4. Press enter, get a fraction, press control enter to get a decimal. So I get $379.76. So I get $379.76. Okay, so still a decent resale value with this little toy example we're looking at. So that's using the formula, filling in the values, and finishing it that way. Alright, now we can also use the CAS to confirm this answer, so we can use our finance solver. So let's hop to the CAS. So I've already got my finance solver open. If you didn't, it's just menu 8 and 1 to get that to open once you're in a calculator page. So remembering N, that's our number of payments. In this case, since it's yearly, that's going to be 4. Now I, the interest rate, because it's the interest rate, but we want it to go down, we're actually just going to make this negative 21. The PV, so initially when you buy the phone, you no longer have that $975 to spend, so that will be negative. So again, always ask yourself, can I spend this money? No, I just bought a phone, the value is now in the phone. Okay, so that will be minus. Again, don't worry about this until we get to annuities. Future value, that's what we're going to be looking for, so we're going to press enter. PPY and CPY, those are both 1, so I can press Shift Tab to go backwards and press enter, and my answer is confirmed there, $379.76. Let's take a little screenshot of this and put that in there as well. Okay. So although you can't necessarily show your work using the finance solver in the same way, you can write out what your variables that you used were. Okay, so you could write out in your answer N equals I equals to show the work that you've done. So there's my work for the finance solver. So I got the same answer. We're happy with that. Now the final question is, by how much did it depreciate? Remember, depreciation, that's the amount that was lost. So I'm asking, well, how much did I lose? Well, I know how much I started with, and I know how much I ended with, so the difference is going to be the depreciation. So the depreciation is going to be V0 minus Vn. So in this case, 975 minus 379.76, which is equal to $595.24. So that's how much value was actually lost over those 4 years. Okay, so that's the concept of using the general formula to find the value. Of course, we can solve for any of the variables just by filling in the ones that we know. Okay, and then we can figure out how much we've lost by subtracting from the initial.